parter for you. You mentioned Kreider and Zibanejad. We had Steve Levy on last year, and at the time, as you mentioned, rising tide. It seemed like Chris Kreider was really on a trajectory to have 20 in the rafters, which would mean no other Ranger in club history can wear the number 20. Do you think Kreider is part of the future plan, or do you think he'll be a part of the short-term future plan?
Yeah, I mean, there was plenty of talk leading up to the deadline. Would they try to trade him? And, I'm sure he's available if you want to put not too fun. I don't think Chris Drury is rejecting calls if people are inquiring about him, but I also don't think anybody, given the injuries, given the way he's played this year, is laying out anything of value for a guy who's 33. He's got a couple years left at a reasonable number, given how much the cap is going to rise the next couple years. But you have to wonder, where does he fit? You watched him. It was a great honor for him to get selected to that Four Nations team. Sad that maybe this was the year that it happened. You wish it was a couple of years ago where he was more in his prime. But I think you watched, he was a healthy scratch early in that tournament, then got in as a fourth line energy guy. He's a big dude and he moves incredibly fast, but he's not the most physical guy. And certainly if your back has been aching for the entire year, you're not going to go around hitting people. So, I think if you're another team evaluating, do we want Chris Kreider here? What's the role he's going to fill? He's kind of going to be a power play merchant, still be that power play one guy in front of the net. There's not many guys who can do what he does on a power play. Shorthanded, he's still among the league leaders in shorthanded goals. He can provide a lot of stuff there. But 5-on-5, you watch his role kind of since that Four Nations tournament where he's basically been a third liner for the Rangers. I know he got bumped up last night for a couple of periods. But, are you trading anything of value if you're another team for a guy who's basically now playing with Sam Carrick and Juuso Parssinen or Brett Berard? That's a replacement level player in the NHL right now to be with that group 5-on-5. So I think he has a lot to offer. And I think a lot of the decision this summer will be if he really wants to be here. And I've heard nothing that would counteract that he wants to stay here and finish his career as a Ranger and maybe, like you said, have that chance of having number 20 in the rafters. If that changes, or if the Rangers decide whatever we can get, even if we have to package a small asset to get him off our books for the next couple of years, that it's worth it to kind of just have that space available in the lineup to fill, just to make a change for the sake of continuing to take older pieces out of this roster and try to replace them with younger ones.